compassion towards your body and our planet, then your body and our planet will show compassion towards you. In my speech, I will prove how vegetarianism is healthier for you and healthier for our planet. First, I will discuss how vegetarianism can prevent deadly diseases. Then I'll explain to you how the most serious environmental problems of our time are directly linked to meat consumption. Here's how. One health problem that is linked to meat consumption is heart disease. Meat is high in cholesterol and saturated fat, which can both clog up your arteries and impede blood flow in your body. If this happens, you're really likely to get heart disease or a heart attack. The American Journal of Epidemiology held a study in 2005. It showed that among 29,000 participants, those who ate the most meat were at the most risk for heart disease. The study also showed that protein intake from a vegetarian diet, such as tofu or beans or nuts, lowers one's risks of heart disease by 30%. Now let's look at cancer. The Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine said that vegetarians are about 40% less likely to get cancer than non-vegetarians. Studies have shown a link between meat consumption and breast, bladder, stomach, esophageal, prostate, and colon cancer. Vegetarian diets help us maximize the foods that we need to prevent cancer, such as fruits, vegetables, and grains. Here's just a funny little cartoon that's very true. The cholesterol and saturated fat in meat can also clog the arteries in your brain. A study of 72,000 women over a period of 14 years confirmed that participants with vegetarian diets reduced their risk of getting strokes by 22% compared to meat consumers. Since vegetarians have lower cholesterol and lower saturated fat levels, they're less likely to suffer from atherosclerosis, high blood pressure, and obesity, which are all causes of strokes. By switching to a vegetarian diet, you're protecting yourself against a plethora of health problems, including our nation's 3 biggest killers, which are heart disease, cancer, and strokes. You're not only protecting your body, but you're also protecting the environment by switching to a vegetarian diet. A 2006 UN report said that the meat industry is one of the top 2 or 3 most significant contributors to the most serious environmental problems at every scale, from local to global. First off, meat consumption wastes many of our planet's resources. First off, it wastes land. Scientists at the Smithsonian Institute showed that an area of land the size of 7 football fields is destroyed every single minute to make room for cattle, whereas a vegetarian saves 1 acre of land every single year. Meat consumption also wastes food resources. The World Watch Institute said that meat consumption is an inefficient use of grain. The grain is used more efficiently when consumed by humans, meaning that the more meat we eat, the less people we feed. The UN also said that every 1 acre only produces 20 pounds of usable meat protein, whereas that same acre produces 365 pounds of protein from soybeans. Meat consumption also wastes water. You save more water by not eating a pound of meat than you do by not showering for an entire year. Nearly half of the water in the U.S. is used towards raising animals for food. Eating meat lastly contributes to deforestation. Greenpeace, which is a major environmental organization, had a study that showed that all the animals and trees in more than 2.9 million acres of rainforest in the Amazon were destroyed from 2004 to 2005 in order to grow crops to feed animals in factory farms. Not only does eating meat waste many of our planet's natural resources, it also contributes to global warming. This is just a little ad that shows the agribusiness contributes more to global warming than transportation does. Here's a little video.
You are staring into the face of one thing scientists say you can do to fight climate change. Leave this cow alone and eat less beef. According to the United Nations, 18% of the world's greenhouse gas emissions comes from sending beef and dairy products to your kitchen table. Here's why. Cows are fed corn and soy, which are grown using fertilizers made from fossil fuels. The food then has to be transported to the cows, which requires loads of fuel. And those cows pass a lot of gas. which may sound funny, but the methane they release is 23 times more harmful than carbon dioxide. And then there's even more fossil fuel burned while slaughtering the cows, which involves heavy machinery, and getting the food to the supermarket and then to you.
It's a very high energy process. The basic problem is, we have turned the modern dairy and beef cow into a fossil fuel guzzler.
You don't have to.
Okay. There are many reasons for becoming a vegetarian. Today I've discussed a few. Firstly, there's clear proof that meat consumption is linked to many health problems. Leading health experts all agree that having a vegetarian diet is the single best thing you can do for your body. Secondly, becoming a vegetarian is also a humanitarian issue. If we just used some of the grains that we use to feed the animals in factory farms and gave them to our hungry fellow human beings in developing countries, then we'd be one step closer to solving world hunger. Thirdly, think of the extreme climate changes in our environment. Think of catastrophes like Hurricane Katrina. By becoming a vegetarian, you're making a really positive impact on our environment. It's never too late to turn over a new leaf and try vegetarianism. So next time you're at the diner, instead of waiting on that long line for, buffalo chicken wrap, turn to Sprouts, which is always a short line, get a Boca Burger, and you will be making a positive impact on your body and our environment.